everybody, welcome to my video today. We are going to make a really simple card, but it takes a couple of different steps to do it. So while it may seem a little complicated, once you get your steps down, it'll be really simple to create. So I'm going to do this for Thanksgiving cards. I just have a handful that I want to send out to some friends and family. So let's get started. You're going to need your buffalo check background. I just have mine in this clear envelope. That's how I store my background stamps. I get the clear mount here. And then we're going to use the Stamparatus. You could use your Misty if you wanted. I'm just going to use the Stamparatus. It's a little bit smaller than my Misty. I wanted to make sure I could get it in camera for you guys. So the other stamp set we're going to use is the Country Home, and we're just going to use this for the Simply Thankful for All Things. Our color combo today is going to be black, white, and then cherry cobbler red. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add our Whisper White piece here that we're starting with. So what I'm going to do is I need a basic black card base, and this is just a piece of 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I've cut that in half. It's going to give me an A2 size card, and I'm doing that all in a black base. And then what I will do is I will add a piece of Whisper White cardstock in here so I can write my message. So we have this piece here. So then now we have our Whisper White piece that's going to go on the front. So the Whisper White piece here is just 1/4 inch smaller than the card base itself. So the card base is 4 1/4 by 5.5. The Whisper White piece is 4 by 5.5. So we're gonna start by putting this, I actually want this side here. So I'm just using some of the grid paper, the mini grid paper that you can get for your Stamparatus. I'm going to put this all the way up top, and then I'm going to put my magnets in to hold that. And then we're going to use the background stamp here. And what I'm going to do is I want to line it up. Do a little trick is I just take my bone folder and I slide it up under, and then I hold my paper down and lift that up. And then what I want to do is just one more time, I want to stamp this. Okay, so now what I've done, after I've stamped that twice, I've just turned it around now. So I've taken it out of my Stamparatus. I've put the stamped part up here, and I've put my magnets back. And now what I want to do is I want to line this up on the bottom here. I think I have that lined up, and hopefully I've left enough space. I'm going to grab my stamp here on my plate. When I cleaned my stamp, it was still slightly wet. I think that's going to be okay because there wasn't ink on it. It was just damp from when I cleaned it. So let's go ahead and ink this up and hope it works. Now, one tip when you're using this, when you lift this up, if you don't hold it down, sometimes when you lift this plate up and you're not using the bone folder like I showed you in the beginning, sometimes it will move down slightly from the top. It's like it lifts it and just like 1/8 of an inch. So always just make sure you're pressed up if you're going to double stamp it. Okay, so it doesn't look like my paper shifted any, and that looks really good, but you can see that it needs to be stamped. I think probably from where that stamp was wet. So I'll just bring this back down, and we'll stamp, and hopefully I didn't ruin it with it being wet. Okay, so now that I have the plaid stamped, what I'm going to do is bring my sentiment over, and I just want to place this right somewhat in the middle, larger amount of plaid at the bottom. And we'll place this somewhat in the middle, and then we'll put our magnets on. And then we'll pick up the stamp and we're gonna bring our red ink in. And we should only have to stamp this once. Ink it up. And then we are all done with our stamping. So let's set this aside and then let's close up our ink. And then we are just about done with this card. So the very last thing I want to do is take some baker's twine. I have some red baker's twine and I'm going to get a pretty good amount here. And we're going to wrap this around the bottom of our card. I like to leave a little bit here on the edge and then I will wrap it around about 3 times. And then when I come back up, you see I have a piece here and a piece on this other end. And what I do is I take the one end and I just wrap it up and around and under the rest of the twine. And then I can just do a bow. I don't have to do a knot and it doesn't add that extra bulk right there with your bow. That can sometimes make it pop up or kind of lean a little bit. This will help your bow lay flatter. So then we'll go ahead and trim this up. And then I can adjust this because it's not glued down or anything. So I can adjust where my bow is and where the twine is. And then what I'm going to do is I have this fun foam that I got. And I either have a video up about this trick that I did or I will soon have one up. And it's just I made my own adhesive back pieces here. And I'm using black since my card base is black. And then one side has the adhesive on here. This was really inexpensive to create. And then my larger panel here. I have this in both black and white. And it sure has been a time saver and a money saver with adhesive and popping things up. So then I'm just going to use some of my liquid glue on the back of this part. With this technique, you could totally do both sides where it was full adhesive, but this works too. So now I'm going to come over and put this right on top of my black card base. We'll press that down just a little bit. And that is the card for today. Super simple. You could do this in any color. I think it would look really pretty embossed with gold. Originally, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have some gold baker's twine, and then I wanted to emboss the thankful with gold, but for some reason, I'm either all out of gold baker's twine or I misplaced it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this card today. I love the way it turned out, and this will be my Thanksgiving card. I'll pop a few of these in the mail, give them to friends and family, and it'll work out perfectly. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to come back tomorrow on Thursday. I have 2 Hello Christmas videos for you, getting caught up from last week, and then I will have a simply layered page for you on Friday with a free tutorial. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will be back tomorrow. So much for hanging out with me today and watching my videos. Here are 2 other of my most recent videos. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.